Hey everybody, Jason from Makehead Studios. Today I'm going to cover these Zvezda tanks that I was recently introduced to. I say recently because I had never heard of the company before. When it came to modeling, my good friend John hooked me up with a KV-2 out of a surprise. And I appreciate it because he knows I love the KV-2 design. But then, excuse me, he also hooked me up with a mouse that's a recent release by Zvezda, and then I went ahead and bought the Shilka because I like it for 15mm sci-fi gaming. So what I'm gonna do is go over what the part sprues look like. Then I'm gonna pause the video and show them assembled because I will assemble them. Now these are supposed to be easy snap together fit kits with no glue required. I'm not sure of that. I haven't put one together. So I'm going to do that now. But let me go ahead and let's go over the KV-2 first. I'm just going to unbox it, show you the sprues. We'll follow it by the mouse because that's the newest release by them. And then by the Shilka. Now it's important to note the KV-2 averages around $3, anywhere from $3 to $4 through online retailers. I think at a brick and mortar store they cost about $5 if you can find them locally. I have not seen them locally, so I can't really vouch for that. But I know online this KV-2 is $3.84 when I buy it through scalehobbyist.com. But let's go ahead and open this up. This is, well, it's sealed up. I don't think I've opened this. Let's go ahead and get a knife. Alright. Let's see. So that's the back of the box. You can see the size. It's supposed to be 1/100th scale, 7.5 centimeters long. So easy to build, no paint, but of course I'm going to paint it up. Then you have your instruction manual, I'm assuming. So yeah, it looks pretty easy. Just slap it together and you're done. There are no decals with this. Open up the bag. I did see another video somewhere of the Shilka after it had been built. And no offense to that YouTuber, but his video was really dark, so you really couldn't see anything. It looks like he was using regular light. So anyway, so here's the first runner. Details, yeah, I guess it's okay. It looks good. I could definitely see right here. It's kind of showing up on the screen where the plastic, when it was injected, kind of met together right here at this point. So yeah, it's definitely going to need some paint. Where's your second runner right here? Not sure what this is. I'll figure it out. Yeah, so just a quick comparison. Now this is the KV-2. There's the treads. This is my Sherman from GF9 Tanks Battlefront. And yeah, this sucker's it's going to be a lot bigger. Definitely going to be a lot bigger. Yep. Alright, so that's that one. I'll just put this in the box real quick. Let me open up that mouse because I'm really interested in the mouse. Like I said, it was just released and we got lucky and were able to get it pretty quick in shipping when John ordered it. Okay, and it's sealed also. I'll show you the back of it. Again, 1/100 scale. It's saying it's 10.6 centimeters long. 18 parts. Put the box there. No decals either. Instruction manual is here. And yeah, this looks even easier to put together. It's basically a brick. put this back in the box for a moment. And open this sucker up. So it's in that Panzer gray molding. Yeah, not too many parts. This thing is huge. So it should be pretty accurate to what it was supposed to be. Of course, you know, not saying. This should be a pretty quick build. Definitely going to get a repaint job. I'm going to give it some DACA, if you know what I mean. John's supposed to hook me up with a orc for this, because I think a mouse would definitely fall into something that orcs would use on the battlefield. So that's aside. Now here's the Shilka. I did open up the Shilka before. 29 parts, 6.7 millimeter. From what I'm understanding, this is a little bit smaller than what I would want to use for 15 mil. So it'll probably end up being like a single man or a two-man vehicle, just scaled down a bit. You know, use your imagination. All right, so the Shilka, it does come with a decal sheet, but all it is decals of the numbers. You can put them on the side. The Shilka, when I purchased it, it was $7 and some change. I thought that would make it a little bit bigger. Apparently not. I was wrong. Also, the mouse was like $6 and some change, but it's a bigger model. So yeah, Soviet anti-aircraft weapon system, Shilka. There you go. So this instruction sheet's just a little bit different. In the front, it's got this part here where you do the turret assembly, and then there's the rest of it. Yeah, it says snap. So I'll probably do this one last. Alright, let's go ahead and open this sucker up. Yeah, this one definitely has a lot more parts. Definitely will require painting. You can see right here, you see how the injection kind of went a little wonky in there. It's still smooth, don't get me wrong, but you can definitely tell where it was injected in. So yeah, it looks great. Lots of little itty bitty parts that you don't want to get cut. Like for instance, here's the guns. Let me flip this around. These are its guns, and we all know how these thin little things can and do break apart. So should be interesting. So yeah, I'll probably do that one last. And then of course the hull. A nice little bit of detail on here. I'll probably be getting one or two other ones just to fill it out. So yeah, I'm going to pause the video. Again, I don't have any fancy software to give you nice transition fades, but I'm going to pause the video, build one or two of these suckers up real quick, and then bring it back and show you some comparison pics for scale. Alright, just be a few moments, guys, or a second later. Alright guys, just real quick, I'm coming back. I'm building the KV-2, the turret on it, and I just wanted to point it out that in this assembly here for the turret, you can see that the connection for this part and this side of the hull, when you put it together, it does stress the hell out of those connection points. You know, that's not how it's molded out. So just to let you know, that's going to be a major issue at some point. You can't even get them all together. Another thing is, and you probably know this from the Flames of War stuff, but if you don't, this rear gun is really thin, really finicky. I literally just lightly touched it and it already started snapping. So at some point, I'm gonna have to replace it with a piece of brass. But yeah, let me finish this up. All I gotta do is this top part real quick, and I'll have the finished review. Okay, so due to time restraints, I'm not going to be able to do the Shilka in this video. It'll get its own because it's a little bit more detailed and has a lot more fine parts to it. So let's go ahead and cover the mouse and the KV-2. Let's start with the mouse first. It is a big model, as you can see. Each of these squares on my mat, like most of them represent 1 inch. So just measuring from the rear hull right here, it's about 3.5 inches long. If you want to go from the back of this fuel tank, you're looking at a little over 4 inches in size, okay? Compared to the Sherman from Flames of War. Let me get it all the way back to the rear of the hull. This is just a hull setting. Yeah, you can see this thing is monstrous. So pretty good job on the sizing of the scale. Alright, but let's get to the meat of this. The mouse wasn't too hard to assemble. Here's where my issue is. The top of this hull, as you can see, there's a huge gap because it is warped. I'll even take off the turret real quick. It is warped. As you can see, it's not lining up correctly. Again, another huge gap there. Something to worry about? No, you should just be able to heat this sucker up and get it formed back into place. Because, yeah, this is a pain in the butt. This part of the hull here is supposed to line up with this. I've got to push it down, and it's somewhat of a pain in the butt. But, yeah, it's supposed to look something like that. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. And it just won't do it. As far as the turret goes, it does move 360 degrees. Got a little bit of range of motion. Let's go ahead and put that back on. And because this is a snap tight kit, if you want to assemble it, put it straight on the table or any of these, go for it. You can take it apart rather easily. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to bore out this gun or not. Probably not. I don't think I have a... I think I do have one, but I don't want to take the chance of getting it off center a bit in order to do that. One thing I will say, let me see if I can get this off. Yeah, I did. This part right here, this is in the middle, obviously. This is just supposed to be a support for the top of the hull. I recommend gluing this in on the bottom part, simply because it did come loose at one point and was shaking around during the assembly. So yeah, I would just glue this one in from the get-go, right from the start. Just go ahead and do that. Save yourself some time and trouble. I'm just going to leave that there because I am going to repaint this. Otherwise, yeah, pretty easy to do. Cleaning up the tracks is really easy. I just haven't sanded it, again, because I've got a little bit of a time constraint going on right now. Now for the KV-2. The KV-2 was pretty easy to assemble real quick. Only complaints on this, like I showed in my quick cutaway, this rear gun, I literally touched it and it started coming off. Not uncommon with these really small detailed guns in the rear. The hull goes together nice, just a small little itty bitty gap there, which is not really a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. I wouldn't even green stuff it, to be honest with you. And forgive me, like I said, I'm under time constraints, so I didn't have time to clean up a lot of this with my file, mostly because I also can't find my file. One thing that's a pain in the butt is cleaning up these tracks. I know you're not going to see the bottom of these tracks when you're playing, obviously, right? But for me, it's something that I would like to clean up a little bit better, and it's a pain in the butt because a lot of these gates are like literally right in the middle of the lowest parts of this track. So yeah, there's that. And you can see on the front, there's a gate there, there's a gate there. It's just something you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time on to clean up thoroughly. The same thing on the rear, those tracks. This part of the lower hull does have a rather large gate on it for some reason. So you're gonna have to spend some time and sand this down. Not too much time, but just a little bit of time. And then once you prime and paint, it'll look great. As far as the size comparison, once again, my Sad Tiger. In size, this is from the rear of the hull nicely. Nice thing is the rear of the hull lines up with the rear of the track, so you can get an accurate thing. It's a little over 2.5 inches long compared to my sad Sherman. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than the Sherman. Just by a little bit, not by much. As far as its main gun goes, nada. It just fires straight. Yep, there's no movement at all. So you're in a fixed forward position. That's another thing here. I just wanted to mention the tip of the main gun, the big gun. It's kind of a pain to clean up. You're going to have to use a very fine grit sanding file in order to clean this up. And then, like I said, this is the only other thing that's really always pisses me off. Even with this Sherman, I had to replace this little gun here with a piece of brass. They just fall apart no matter what I do. All right, so there you have it. The first review of the Zvezda tank models that they make for their hot war line. I dig them. Oh, let's do a 15 mil figure size comparison real quick. That's primarily what I'm going to be using them for anyway. Yeah, I mean, it scales up pretty nicely. I like it. The mouse, definitely, this is something that I could sci-fi the crap out of. Make it huge. It's going to be a nice size tank. So yeah, there we go. Alright guys, you guys have a good one. I have got to start getting ready for work. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions on how I could paint these or something with assembling, I'm not sure. Especially about this hole, because this hole is kind of worrisome if it's warped like that. I'm pretty sure all of them are going to end up being that way, and I really doubt it's due to the shipping. No matter what. Alright, let me know what you guys think. Appreciate your comments. Take a look at the other videos. I'll see you later. Take it easy, guys.